Alfred Hitchcock once said that to make a great film you need three things: the script, the script, the script. It's here, in the screenplay, that plots are plotted.
So what do I do?
Characters are born. Thrilling twists are concocted.
Oh, what's in the box?
And your heartstrings are primed to be pulled.
Hello, Forrest.
Hello, Jenny.
You can have a movie full of incredible effects, captivating performances, and clever camera work, but without a gripping script, it might all amount to nothing.
You're doing this because you're scared to death, like the rest of us, that you don't matter. And you know what? You're right. You don't.
I'm Al Horner, host of Script Apart, a podcast in which great screenwriters reveal the secrets behind their stunning screenplays. And these are 5 movies on Prime Video with scripts that blow my mind. Fade in on a machine-built dream world. Exterior, the apartment of a man named Neo. The Matrix might be best known for its futurist spectacle, but would all those spectacular kung fu fight scenes be so gripping if audiences didn't know what the hell was going on? It's easy to imagine a version of this movie in which its reality-bending plot, heavy philosophizing, and multitude of flip phones left viewers scratching their heads, struggling to follow.
Is it really so hard to believe?
Writer-director duo the Wachowski sisters decided to dodge this, instead mastering the art of telling their audience what's going on without having a character simply blurt it out, or what's known in screenplay terms as exposition. And as important as how it's told is when.
Get in.
The screenplay begins with an exciting chase, a fugitive escaping the law using martial arts that seem to bend the laws of physics.
It's impossible.
We see the Matrix before we're finally told what it is, which actually happens on page 54 of the script. That's almost an hour of tantalizing movie time, drip-feeding information until Morpheus finally reveals all.
The Matrix is a system, Neo. That system is our enemy.
From the lady in the red dress and the boy with the spoon, to the movie's bullet time stunts, the screenplay is constantly feeding you easily digestible images that communicate the rules of this world better than any exposition ever could. Equally impressive for different reasons is the screenplay for Alex Garland's thriller Ex Machina. On the surface, it's a mad scientist story.
This building isn't a house, it's a research facility. Buried in these walls is enough fiber optic cable to reach the moon and lasso it.
About an egomaniacal man and his robot creation. Caleb, played by Donald Gleason, is a computer programmer who's summoned to his reclusive boss's remote home to help him test his latest creation, the world's first true AI robot. Woven into Garland's screenplay, however, are clever explorations of theme that elevate Ex Machina into something more profound, a warning about the perils of playing God.
I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
There you go again, Mr. Quotable.
Garland packs his screenplay with allusions to Christianity. The plot takes place over 7 days. Nathan, short for Nathaniel, Ava, a variant on Eve, and Caleb are all biblically significant names. Nathan's home is located in a lush, Eden-esque forest, and throughout, he teeters between vengeful, violent Old Testament God and the kind, loving God of the New Testament. CCTV lends a sense of godlike omniscience, and the sexual relationship that blossoms between Ava and Caleb deliberately echoes Adam and Eve's original sin, right down to a purposefully placed tree in Ava's room, representative of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. By the film's climax, however, we'll see that Nathan can only play God. The script punishes his character and Caleb for buying into the belief that they can create life. Like the iconic mad scientist story, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, these touches turn Ex Machina from a simple nail-biting thriller into a religious contemplation on the arrogance of man. As theme building goes, it's pretty divine.
Therese Balavet. It's lovely. And yours? Carol. Carol.
Sometimes, what makes a script amazing is how it manipulates genre, and examples don't come much more exquisite than Carol. A romantic drama typically comes with expectations, a meet-cute, a blossoming relationship, a threat to newfound love, before finally, a happily ever after. Phyllis Nage's script delighted in overturning a lot of those conventions, beginning with the meet-cute. Carol and Therese, the lovers at the film's core, first lock eyes not in a glamorous location, but among the drudgery of a department store.
Miss, where's the ladies' room, honey?
Where normally these types of scenes are flooded with a sense of possibility, here it's tentative, as both characters attempt to balance their attraction with their fear of misreading the other's sexuality, in a society unaccepting of same-sex romance.
What did you want when you were this age?
A train set.
Nash explained that the script plays into this uncertainty, purposefully surrounding Therese with dolls, an item with feminine connotations, as Carol inquires about a train set, an item that connotes masculinity. These mixed signals create a subversive, nuanced take on the meet-cute.
Wow, that's that. Sold.
And the subversion doesn't end there. All the way to the movie's climax, which declines to deliver a totally happy ending, audiences are given twists on traditional romance that rebel against genre convention, resulting in something new.
Cheers. Cheers.
You ready for this?
Barry Jenkins' If Beale Street Could Talk is a shining example of the art of adaptation. You might think that because a script is based on a book, that makes life easy for a screenwriter. In fact, finding a filmic way to bring source material to the screen can be a Herculean task. What Jenkins balances fantastically is the elements of James Baldwin's novel to stay true to, and when to go off script. We see this done particularly well when Sharon, played by Regina King, flies to Puerto Rico to track down a woman who could exonerate a family member. In Baldwin's book, several pages explore Sharon's innermost thoughts. Jenkins veers from the source material to save time and bring his own authorship to the story, condensing the pages into one striking image that sums up Sharon's nerves, the character fretting over her wig. Jenkins overcomes the challenge of bringing the interiority of a book to screen with lots of moments like this in his script, but he also finds ways to strike out on his own. His screenplay's ending is a brighter and more definitive conclusion to the story, but remains true to Baldwin's spirit, an ode to black love, intimacy, and the bond between two young souls.
It was no surprise to me when I finally understood that he was the most beautiful person I had seen in all my life.
Then there are screenplays like Parasite that layer in details that are almost missable but reveal their importance by the end.
그러니까 다한테서 들은 바에 의하면 그 아줌마가 엄청 심한 복숭아 알레르기가 있다는 거야.
The way that Bong Joon-ho plants a trail of hidden hints that you disregard at first, then understand in a new light, is what makes the film's riveting twists feel natural instead of out of the blue.
매실청 좀 드실래요?
Take the moment where Mr. Park remarks to Mr. Kim that the housekeeper's only flaw was how she doubled the amount of food she should have.
그 단점은 딱 하나? 너무 많이 먹는 거? 맨날 뭐 2인분을 드셨대나.
By the end of the film, however, you learn who that extra helping of food was for, and it makes what transpires dramatically satisfying.
여보야, 배 많이 고팠지?
The same can be said for the Park's son experience with a ghost on his birthday. At first, this is interpreted as evidence of an eccentric imagination and motherly indulgence. By the end of the film, this moment takes on new meaning. My favourite example of this foreshadowing is a detail so specific to South Korean culture, it's lost on Western audiences. Ki-jung creates a jingle for herself to help remember the fake identity she's created to infiltrate the Park's home.
제시카 외동딸 일리노이 시카고 거선배는 김치모 그는 이사좀.
The tune is from a 1980s South Korean song called Dokdo Is Our Land, about a territory called Lion Court Rocks. This area has been under dispute for decades, claimed by both Japan and Korea, and is considered in Korean culture as occupied by invaders, a small nod to Parasite's own home invaders. There are plenty of other movies with scripts that shine for other reasons, but what's most important is not which ones are the best, it's what they have in common, stories and characters that never fail to captivate. Hitchcock, it seems, was onto something. Screenplays are where the magic happens.